Happy Friday to you from me. Thanks for coming back for another week. Spend a little bit of time with me.
I don't understand how.
It's been raining all day. Got my dog at my feet and my kitty on the kitty cart. I need to figure out how to put gutters on this house and get a water retention tank. That's not in the budget right now, but at some point I need to do that, because the amount of water that runs off of this roof in a single storm like this that could be stored in a tank for use later is just staggering. I've got some buckets over there that are catching rainwater. Power was out for about 2 hours earlier. When there's no power, there's no water, so I put buckets over there for toilet flushing if need be. They're full. We desperately needed this in this area. It's been really dry for weeks and weeks. Alright, so a really old man in an old Chevy truck was on my land at some point, and he told me to come down this road, and I came down this road looking for the old man, and the old man lives here. Look at that fucking Mack tow truck. Oh my god. He's got this old Peterbilt sitting right here, but I've never felt less welcomed in a place. Like, I knocked on a couple of doors. All these people are related. Look at that box Chevy. Look at that tow truck. Look at that box Chevy. I mean, fuck. This is where the old guy lives. I've seen his truck. Wrecker service. And he drives past my house every day. That's his truck. But like, I came down here, told me that he had, well, leaving Tennessee. So well, that was Tennessee. We're back in Virginia now. He told me I could come down here and come to the river. There ain't no river access here. Like, this is his people and just his people. But like, that's cool as shit. I came down here thinking that, like, he told me he lived in a camper on 39 acres by the river. Well, no river access. And yes, he lives in a camper. Everybody else lives in a house. I'm gonna get off this road before I start hearing the dueling banjos play and go home. Whew! All right, so that took me about an hour, but I got to burn that spot again because there was paint there. This was actually a workbench top in my yard in Charleston where I made some stuff once upon a time with some paint. Anyway, I got paint on there. I'll finish burning that part off, but the lighting doesn't really do it justice. It's amazing, but about an hour every time though will do. Burning up an old pallet, some treated lumber that I got for free from our Subaru mechanic. Yeah, now I got to figure out some way to, well, I don't have to figure out some way to. I need to figure out what I'm going to use to stain this so that it doesn't take away from the burnt of the board. All right, well, just put a coat of Minwax on it. Penetrating stain, golden pecan. So that's how it turned out. It was a pallet. What do you think, dog? Dog don't care. So I got it fully enclosed. That's gone around the outside of it twice. Then I came back over here where these two meet. You can see I just zip tied the edge, added a few more screws, and you just pull these right off the screw to open up the front end of it to get inside of it. So I don't know if I'm going to turn over all this soil in here or not, or if I'm just going to start putting planter boxes in here, because as stable as these poles have gone into the ground, and by the time I move a bunch of rock and things of the sort up here, this is going to make a foundation that I can work off of to build a greenhouse. So we'll call this the very beginning of the greenhouse. These poles are eventually... Something just happened. No, sorry. My dog was digging where I know there's a snake over there a second ago, and then he disappeared and I couldn't see him. But this is more than likely going to turn into the greenhouse. Start rustic like this and build it as I can acquire things and put it together. Yeah, I literally think I'm just going to start building planters inside of this thing and then working on enclosing it. That'll probably take me several years to do that, but it'll get there eventually. Hey, buddy. Where'd you come from? I ain't never seen you on this road before. Hey. What are you doing? Hey, get down. Down. Get down, please. What are you doing out here? You need a home? You seem like a good doggy. Now I can't even see him. There you are. I'll give you a couple days. If you're still around in a couple days, I'll take you home, all right? Came wandering in my yard. I guess probably because I spoke to him. And Riff Raff wants nothing to do with him. He was freaking out. He's ripping down the curtains, jumping on the couch, barking at the door. Much as I would love to give this guy a home because he is super cool. He's in desperate need of a bath. I'm currently sitting in front of the dog warden's house, waiting for him to get home. Because, yeah, he and Riff Raff are not going to get along. Got anything exciting to say, dog?
Catherine, keep him a lesson.
They appear to be getting along. I've only had to vibrate the, yeah, you get away from that kitty dog. That cat will whoop your ass.
I told you, she's gonna teach him a lesson.
They're getting along so far. Licking each other's faces and shit. Who knows? Maybe this will end up being my mother's dog.
That'd be a nice dog to give him. He's very quirky.
Drinking that rainwater.
And he's licking his piss that he just...
Oh, watch your mouth, kid. Yeah, they're licking each other's pee off the ground. That's, I don't even know what we would name this big old goofy ass dog.
Gerald.
Gerald?
No, Jeremy.
Jeremy? Yeah, I don't know what we're gonna name that big goofy dog. And he's just that. He's a big goofy ass dog. This has been the longest Sunday I think I've ever had in my life. All right, so I'd actually given up on these pots and forgotten all about them because I put these seeds. I don't entirely know how that worked, how two of those sprouted in two different spots, and this one's over in the corner because I would have planted that in the middle. But I planted these seeds back, I want to say like the last week in April, and then it got real cold and it froze for 3 or 4 nights, and I just assumed that the seeds, if they had germinated, died. Well, I go and I look at the pots today and they're all full of weeds, but that one's got 2 different tomatoes growing in it. Once they get a little bit bigger, maybe I will separate them. And one little one in that there. I got to get working on that over there. I've got that screening and everything up. The problem is that my back is jacked up at the moment. And like those pots over there have seeds in them. I want to move them in there to keep the dogs from being around them or whatever. I can't lift them. And I can't call that a secure space until I move a whole bunch more gravel from over here, or big rocks from over here, where I need to weed eat. And I can't even get the weed, I can't bend down to get my weed eater started this morning. So that's where I'm at with that. But hey, look, there's some tomatoes that are actually growing. I'm excited about that. So currently, there are cucumbers, yellow squash, peas, green beans. Did what I could to turn that soil with my edger attachment. It worked out. There's still a couple stumps in there I'm gonna have to dig out, but they're nowhere near where I put seeds. Then I need to go look at what seeds are available locally and see maybe if I can't buy a few tomato plants if they're affordable. There's a little grocery store over in Tennessee that sells plants. Then I'm going to look at that, and then I'm going to continue to start tomato seeds in pots, and then end up putting them in the ground. See, I got my cages out here. I got some other tomato cages and stuff over by the can still, but I'm thinking the middle of this is just going to be 2 rows of tomatoes all the way down the middle, and then all the vining stuff around the edge to climb up this fencing. I got to put another layer in the back because something happened when I was putting the rocks on it, and now it's barely at chin height in the back. So I got to put another layer. I still got a whole thing of it, but this space came along quite good in the last few days. Yeah, and put some tomatoes in the ground soon. So it is 6:30 in the morning on the first day of summer school. Kid went to summer school. Left this dog outside last night. The new dog that we had yet to really come up with a name for. Because the night prior he peed all over the legs to my kitchen table and the benches for it. He peed on the rug in my room, and he peed on the floor in the kitchen. So he officially became an outside dog. And he laid on that mattress all day yesterday, or dog bed, whatever you want to call that. And I come out here this morning, and I walked out there a little ways looking. He ain't nowhere to be found. Maybe he comes back, maybe he doesn't. He's kind of an asshole dog. He was a cool dog, but they were getting to the point where the dogs were starting to fight with each other anyway, and I had to get in the middle of it and exert a little bit of physical effort, you might say. I had to get in that dog's ass because they were fighting, and he's bigger than Riff Raff. That dog knows where it gets fed, so I'm pretty sure he'll be back wherever he wandered off to, or maybe not. He got a bath and a flea and tick treatment, and he got fed for 2 days on down the road. Well, would you look at that? That one down there is a little out of line because there's a stump right there. It'll be all right. So I'll have to dig those stumps out. Stopped down and got a couple tomatoes today while I was over in Kentucky. And these are hot cayenne peppers. They come in a 6-pack. I'm going to wait a little while. I got some other stuff going to other places. But I'm going to wait until I see how many of these seeds actually take around the perimeter of this to decide what else I'm sticking in here. Because I still have tomatoes and all kinds of other stuff going on. That they're fine where they're at. They'll do better once they get transplanted, but once I get an idea of how much space I have, I will add more to this. I still either got to clean that up or bury it in the ground. That's the base right there of the rose bush that was there. I hope that it comes back. I will leave that growing in the corner to attract pollinators, and it'll be pretty. This is just all the sticks off of it that I raked. They're still, you can still see there's some in there, but it's all organic matter, and it'll all decompose into the soil, and it will all provide nutrients. So I'm not too worried about it. The leaves, anything like that. There's a big rock right there that needs some attention. But what say you, Riff Raff? Where's your buddy? Where'd he go, man? Where's your buddy? He's gone. Didn't see him on the road in, didn't see him on the road out. Anyway, we got some plants on the ground. All right, so what I've got going on here, excuse me, is a pair of closet doors that I found on the side of the road once upon a time that I never knew what to do with. I'm going to take these pins out of here, excuse me, mount these brackets on there, and there's the rest of the kit. These are end up going to be, I have some braces. Let's throw that anywhere when I'm done with it. Some little brackets in the house to make these solid so that they don't do this, and then they're going to slide back and forth. So, and I measured it the other night. They're perfect for the opening of the closet within 1/4 of an inch. And given this house, I'll take 1/4 of an inch. Yeah. Ooh-wee. Just like that, it's got some hardware. I got to put another one of these on the bottom. They come in packs of 4 for like $2.38 or something. I've never seen this though, where they're adjustable. Perhaps that's once you get it up in there and you can adjust to tighten it up so that they don't come off the track. To which, if that's the purpose of that, whoever invented that, yeah, I'd like to shake your hand. All right, and if you don't look too close, they do their thing. I need to put the thing on the bottom, but I'm going to wait till I put the little divider thing on the bottom till she decides which way she wants the doors and where the handles I'm going to need to probably buy some different handles for these because they're going to bump into each other in the middle. Or I can just take them out and drill different holes and move them. But I'm going to wait for her to get home to make that decision. But yeah, closet doors. All right, so something I want to point out with this, it was the last decision-making thing about where to put the garden this year. We get no sunlight over there, so I got to clear those trees out. But you see here how I'm in partial shade. It's currently about 10 minutes after 1 o'clock in the afternoon. From about 8 o'clock in the morning till about 10:30, this patch of dirt gets sun, and then from 10:30 to about 1, it's in the shade. And then it picks back up in the afternoon, because this wall, the direction that I'm currently facing is west. So this front wall is east facing. As soon as the sun comes over top of those trees, it's coming in there. And then for the wintertime, when the sun is on the southern horizon, it'll beat in this way. So not ideally shaped for it winter-wise to get optimum amount of sunlight, but there will be that whole front panel there. If I do end up making this into my greenhouse, we'll get sun. Now, the further along into the season that we go, the further into the day, it's going to get more morning sun and then less afternoon sun. But during the peak hours of the day, when it is 85, 90 degrees outside, the plants are going to be in shade until the sun starts going the other direction, which was, I watched this, and it's a little bit off from where I had anticipated it being. But this is my first year on this piece of dirt, and I really wanted it to have morning sun and late afternoon sun and be in shade in the evening. And I'm off by about 8 feet, give or take, from what my guesstimate was, and we'll see how it goes for the rest of the season. But there's a method for my madness. They're coming into afternoon sun currently. So, good times. All right, so today I've been working in here. I am out of breath because I'm sweating through my clothes. Still got a pile of those are side-to-side greenhouse window pieces of board that at some point I'll probably end up using, but I got to do something with them because they're just taking up space back here. But I need to source materials to build a bench, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that. If I could just get this dog, now that I've got it all cleaned out of here, to stop eating mouse poop, that would be super, because I had a mouse when I had food here. Didn't even think about it. I had a mouse move in down there. Oh, and they pooped everywhere. Got the go-kart in here. Oh boy. What say you, dog? Mouse poop eater. Can't get much done today. Actually got a clothesline on my porch currently. I don't know if I'm going to hang up a second one on the porch or not. I don't know. So this is where I'm going to end this week's video. I want to thank you for coming along with me here and spending a little bit of time with me on whatever day of the week it is that you find this, even though they go up every Friday morning at 10 a.m. Well, they actually go up Thursday morning, which it is currently, because it takes all day to upload a video out here. I get like, 25 kilobytes a second, I think is what it maxed out at the other day. Anyway. Much needed rain for both my spring water source, my water box, my garden. Mother Nature is providing. At some point I needed to, I touched on this at some point. It was either in this video or the last one, I can't remember. But I need to find. I know where to locate all of the gutters and the hoses and things that I need to. Even if I just use this little bit of drip rail, like even if I just put a gutter on there, I need to find a food grade barrel to set over here. The way that the yard slopes, I can build a table, put a spigot on the bottom of it to fill buckets to be able to water the garden with, stuff like that. That if a hurricane happens, you know, it's not going to be anything like living down in Charleston up here, but we're going to get nasty storms and the power's going to go out and we're going to need water to flush toilets and things like that. So as soon as I can afford that water collection system, at least 55 gallons to start, even though I could probably find a big multi-1,000-gallon container and fill, but I don't definitely don't have the resources for that right now. But that dog still never came back. I don't know, he showed up, got his spa treatment and went on his way, which is cool. He was kind of a dumb dog anyway. He was a cool dog, but he was a dumb dog. Makes this dog that we have here be like the most graceful, intelligent thing I've ever seen in my life in relation to him. But I'll catch you Sunday morning in the chat. This week is it's a shorter video, but it's the kid and I went and explored a cemetery. So I got a little bit of video from there. That'll be Sunday morning. I'm going to try to mix that up as much as I possibly can. It's hard to film a large quantity of video at any given time, like taking a break from my day to go film something, because I've got so much going on and I've got so many projects. Anyway, I'm going to stop rambling. Thanks for watching. Catch you up here at the mountain next week.